Hello and welcome to this informational video about event volunteer opportunities with the first LEGO League program here in Central Florida. This video will provide you with an overview of the first programs, discuss various volunteer opportunities for events within the Central Florida region, and also provide you with instructions on how to use the first volunteer dashboard to register as an official event volunteer. This is JT Yeager with the First LEGO League and First LEGO League Junior programs in Central Florida, and I will be guiding you through the amazing and rewarding experience of volunteering with First. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your interest in volunteering to inspire the next generation of science and technology leaders. Let's get started by learning more about the First LEGO League program.
First LEGO League is a fun, exciting, mentor-based experiential STEM program for kids ages 9 to 16. It's an alliance between First, an international organization to inspire young people founded by Dean Kamen, and the LEGO Group. It's one in a progression of 4 First programs designed to foster 21st century life skills and spark kids' interest in science, technology, engineering, and math, so they become innovative problem solvers able to tackle the world's biggest challenges. Each year, First LEGO League teams are presented with a real-world theme, like transportation or waste management. Over a minimum 8-week season, they select and research a problem based on the topic, then devise innovative ways to help solve that problem. Teams also build and program a LEGO Mindstorms robot to solve a series of robot game missions, all while practicing the signature core values, which emphasize good sportsmanship and having fun. If you'd like to get involved with First LEGO League in your area, visit us online.
More than 10 years of longitudinal studies, evaluation data, and impact reports have shown us one thing: First works. Students who participate in our programs are twice as likely to major in a STEM career field. Our diversity and inclusion efforts mean more girls and minorities are experiencing the wonders of science and technology. And our alumni and scholarship network boasts vast worldwide connections, internship opportunities, and access to over $50 million in scholarships. And what does all of this mean? Our program is more than robots. We call it Sport for the Mind and promise the students it's the hardest fun they'll ever have. With the support of generous volunteers like you, First is creating the next generation of science and technology leaders who leave our programs as collaborators and gracious professionals ready to enter the workforce and change the world. But enough about us. Let's talk about you. Part of the success of our organization involves cultivating a diverse community of individuals who come together to support all of our students at events as they celebrate their accomplishments, learn, discover, and grow together. And what that diversity means is that anyone can support our events in a volunteer capacity. You could be a teacher, a friend, a parent, or even a newborn. There's a job for everyone, so we emphasize that you don't need to be an engineer or mathematician to get involved. Anyone can volunteer with our programs. Volunteering is generally a very rewarding experience, but we promise you've never experienced a program like ours. In a given moment at a First event, you'll see high-fiving students as they congratulate every team member on their robot runs, passionate volunteers smiling at the energetic and excited team members, and cheering spectators catalyzing the boundless energy of all participants. With First events, we believe that you are what you celebrate and emphasize the entire event to be exactly that, a celebration of accomplishments. Teams aren't here to compete because we believe that what teams discover is much more important than what they win, and with our core values that teach students to honor the spirit of friendly competition, share their experiences with others, and work together, they become strong collaborators that compete like crazy but treat everyone with respect and kindness throughout the process. So in addition to a lot of free goodies, including volunteer shirts, patches, pins, and other special gifts, you'll play an important role acting as an ambassador to every student's future in STEM. Not to mention, and most importantly, you'll have a lot of fun. Now let's talk about some of the available volunteer roles at our events. We'll cover the roles that are in the most demand in our community, but please know that there are many ways to get involved. You can find a description of every volunteer role available in the video description below, and you can always get in touch with team and volunteer support services by emailing contact@centralfloridarobotics.org if you have any questions or want more information on how you can get involved. Let's jump in. First, LEGO League teams participate in judging at events so they have the opportunity to share their experiences and learning with the judges. In return, the judges are able to give them feedback on their achievement of the first LEGO League objectives by completing the official rubrics and writing comments. The judging process also allows for the judges to gain valuable information to be used in determining award recipients. Judges act as ambassadors to the first mission, as role models to STEM careers, and as discoverers who learn about a team's season and all of their successes. Judges are also reporters who share their feedback and evaluations with teams and the rest of the judging panel. There are 3 types of judging volunteer roles. Core values judges evaluate how a team reflects the first LEGO League core values, shows off their team spirit, works together, and how the team acts with gracious professionalism and cooperation in everything they do. Project judges evaluate a team's research project. Teams, based on the annual challenge theme, are tasked with identifying a problem, creating an innovative solution to that problem, and sharing that solution with others. Robot design judges evaluate the mechanical design, programming, and strategy and innovation of a team's LEGO Mindstorms robot. While anyone can fill these volunteer roles, and we are eager to provide any individual with the training necessary to fill these roles, we hope to pair those judges without specific experience with experienced real-world professionals such as human resource or education professionals for core values judging, research or presentation professionals for project judging, or technology or engineering professionals for robot design. The robot competition, where teams compete in scored robot rounds with their LEGO Mindstorms robots on the challenge-themed board, is another area of our event that requires a lot of help. 2 primary volunteer roles that support this area are referees and scorekeepers. Referees are the life of the robot competition area. They welcome teams as they approach the tables, encourage them as their robots run, and score them when the 2.5-minute match completes. Whereas scorekeepers are the backbone of the robot competition. They take the completed score sheets and tabulate the robot game scores, then record them in our scoring software so teams know their match scores. If you aren't necessarily interested in filling a judging role, the judging process also needs a lot of support. Our judging assistants and judging cuers aid in the logistics of the judging process by supporting the judge advisor, supporting deliberations, and helping manage the traffic in and out of judging sessions. We also need a lot of help with the robot competition. Robot inspectors that ensure every team's robot is in compliance with the robot rules, robot game cuers that get teams in and out of the competition area, field managers that support the robot competition's operations, and even AV support that makes sure every team's robot gets its spotlight on the big screen are all a big help. And if you really want to jump in, we also have key volunteer roles, which are individuals who act as area leadership at our events. There's a lot of ways to help, and even if you don't necessarily find a volunteer role that fits with how you're interested in helping, feel free to get in touch with us and we'll be sure to find a place for you. And remember when we said even a newborn can volunteer? Everyone at our event needs to celebrate with a high five, and a cute baby always helps keep the energy up. Now that you know all about volunteering with our program and the available roles, we bet you're eager to learn about how you can actually sign up. Let's take a look. Now let's take a look at how to use the FIRST dashboard volunteer registration system. The first step is to visit the official FIRST website by navigating to www.firstinspires.org. When you get to the website, if you have an existing FIRST account from volunteering or coaching a team in the past, you can select Log In. Otherwise, please select Sign Up. Enter the necessary registration information and select Register. You will receive an email confirmation that will require you to verify that your email address is valid before you are able to continue. Once you have verified your email address, return to the first website and select Login. Enter your email address and password and click Login. You have successfully logged into the first dashboard. On the landing page, go to the top right corner next to your name. Click the drop-down, and then select Consent and Release Form. Review the terms of the Consent and Release Agreement form, then accept the agreement. Now let's go into volunteer registration. On the landing page, select Volunteer at an event. If you have volunteered for an event in the past, you may be automatically redirected to the volunteer dashboard page, in which case you should select the blue Event Volunteering button. When you click Volunteer at an event or the Event Volunteering button, you will be redirected to the Search for an Event page. Here you can search for events near you using various filters, such as by program, state, zip code, or date. This filter is showing us first LEGO League events in the United States in the state of Florida. Find the event you would like to volunteer for and then click the blue Volunteer button. If you have not already done so, you will be directed to complete your volunteer profile. Enter your mailing address, phone number, and demographic information. You will also need to specify your employer, or if you are part of a First Strategic Alliance. Then accept the terms and click Save. If you are a former participant of a FIRST program, please select Yes for Are You FIRST Alumni? Then you can select any programs you previously participated in. Finally, agree to all terms. Only after reviewing them, of course. The next page will ask you about your volunteer history and role preferences. Specify the years since which you have been volunteering with FIRST and any areas you are particularly interested in volunteering with. Then select your shirt size and any physical or dietary restrictions you may have. Finally, enter the name and contact information for an emergency contact. You will be redirected back to the volunteer application for the previously specified event. You can edit your volunteer profile again in the future, but you will not be asked to complete the information again when applying for an event. Select the dates you are available, or select all dates and indicate if you have any time constraints about your role commitment. Now you can select up to 5 volunteer roles you would like to sign up for. Check the box next to the role to add it to your preferences. If you have no preference, you can click Assign Me as Needed. Once you have the roles you'd like added to the Preferences pane, You can reorder them by dragging and dropping if necessary. If you're not sure what a role does, click the blue button here to view a role description. Then click the Next button when you're ready. The next part of the application will ask you about any team affiliations. In order to ensure judged and scored aspects of our events remain impartial, we ask that you disclose any team affiliations so that we can take steps to ensure all volunteers do not work in a volunteer role where they have any conflict of interest that may result in an unfair or adverse experience for other teams. No matter how small of a relation, if you have any relation to a team that will be attending the event you've applied for, please enter their team number and click Add. If you do not have any team affiliations, click Complete. Congratulations! You have successfully completed your volunteer application. If you have not completed background screening through the first Youth Protection Program in the last 4 years, you will be asked to complete screening. FIRST is committed to ensuring the safety of all program participants, so any volunteers that are 18 years of age or older in the United States and Canada must complete screening. There is no cost associated with participating in screening, and we are unfortunately unable to accept records of other screenings you may have participated in. To begin, click Begin Youth Protection Screening. If you have already completed screening in the last 4 years, this page will indicate such, and your application is complete with no further action required. On the Screening Overview page, review all information including the instructions and necessary steps. When you are ready to begin, click Go to Screening Partner. Back on the dashboard, you can now see the event you applied for under Pending Applications. If you become unavailable to volunteer, you can select the Role Options Withdrawal Application. When your application is completed, you will receive a confirmation message. This message is only to confirm your application has been received and is not a volunteer assignment. The coordinator of Event Day volunteers will contact you via email with an assignment, either through an automated system-generated message or by another form of communication. That message will indicate your assigned volunteer role along with other event information, including when to arrive and where, etc. You can also see any event you have been assigned to by expanding the Assigned Event Roles pane. If you've applied for a judging role, you will be required to complete certification. Once you have been assigned to the judging role, you can return here and expand the Roles Missing Certification pane to access Blue Vault, which is the learning management system we use to deliver our judge training. Our program and our mission to inspire the next generation of science and technology leaders would not be a success without volunteers like you. We greatly appreciate your support, and if you have any questions or need any help, please do not hesitate to get in touch with Team and Volunteer Support Services by emailing contact@centralfloridarobotics.org. Thank you.